Oregonian. This is local film critic Mark Mohan. Uh, the good movie season is upon us. We have 3 big movies that opened this week. The Martian, the space opera starring Matt Damon with Ridley Scott. The Walk, the higher wire walk with Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing aerialist Philippe Petit. And Sicario, a violent, intense U.S.-Mexico drug war movie with a great performance from Emily Blunt. We're going to try to talk about all 3 in 60 seconds each, give you 3 movies in 3 minutes. Mark, you start with The Martian.
All right, I'm off. The Martian is, as you said, Matt Damon plays an astronaut who's been stranded by his crew on Mars and has to survive for as long as it takes for them to come and rescue him. It's the most fun I've had watching a Ridley Scott movie in a while. His movies recently have been kind of turgid and overdone and overstuffed, but this is lean, exciting, a lot funnier than you might expect with this sort of story. It's got a pretty good supporting cast, the people in his crew and back on Earth, including Jessica Chastain, who does a good job. The only person I didn't like in the supporting cast was Jeff Daniels, and I think I just can't get past the newsroom when I watch him anymore. But visually, beautiful, splendid, great story, inspiring, lots of math. What's not to like?
A couple things I really liked about it. The cinematography by Dariusz Wolski, who also was the DP on our next movie, The Walk. I thought Mars looked great, and also for this being like a big science fiction movie, the personal story at the core was Matt Damon talking directly to the camera. Here's how I'm going to, grow potatoes using my own poop as fertilizer. Then he went out and did it. Like you mentioned, a lot of sly humor there. Yeah. Really, if you want a big movie, I got to agree, Ridley Scott's back.
Big and smart.
He landed this one for sure.
Yeah.
The Walk is a movie about Philippe Petit's amazing wire walk across the World Trade Center towers in 1974. A lot of people will remember really the excellent documentary Man on Wire, which won the Academy Award and launched the career of its director, James Marsh. This is sort of the same story, Disneyfied a little bit, a feature treatment by director Robert Zemeckis with Gordon-Levitt playing Petit. I thought, and I think you did, a lot of people did, the first hour plus, the setup is really pedestrian. It's sort of silly.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right. It's a low-level wire walk, and it wobbles a lot. But really, the payoff in this movie is the walk itself. It's like once the gang gets to New York and starts setting up, and certainly the big moment when Petit is on the wire doing the walk, the aerial photography, especially in 3D, is amazing. And really, you know how it happens, you know it ends, he doesn't fall, but it's breathtaking, it's edge of the seat stuff. They spend plenty of time on it, and really the payoff is worth the risk they took.
Well, spoiler alert, he doesn't fall.
Right.
But anyway, this is the sort of movie you can buy a ticket to, and if you show up a half hour late, don't worry about it. There's these scenes early on where he's talking to us, Petit is, from the torch of the Statue of Liberty, and they just made me cringe. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's French accent is nothing to write home about, but like you said, once it gets to the walk itself, it's really captivating. I think it maybe should have been a 45-minute IMAX movie instead of even a full feature, but it is worth the ticket price just to see that final act. And it's also a very subtle, they don't overplay the tribute to the World Trade Center towers angle at all, which was a welcome relief to me. I worried that it would drown in sentiment doing that.
Right, but they do acknowledge it.
Yes.
They nod to it at the end, and it's nice, it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Third big movie this week, Sicario, a drug war thriller starring Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro. Strongly recommend this one. It's violent, again, very good cinematography. It's a grim movie. It's No Country for Old Men crossed with Traffic, thank you, and also a lot of Zero Dark 30 mixed in, but effectively, I thought.
Yeah, no, it's great. You mentioned Emily Blunt does a really good job as the sort of by-the-book FBI agent who gets caught up in this kind of potentially nefarious anti-drug activity, but Benicio del Toro also kind of steals the movie. He does exactly what he's best at, just that sort of heavy-lidded menace combined with a certain odd charisma that is kind of his stock in trade, and I thought he really did a fantastic job in it. I would only caution, as you've said, if you go into this movie expecting a good old-fashioned cops versus robbers or cops versus drug smugglers movie, you'll come out really depressed. But that's a good thing. It's a dark movie. It's a great one.
So honestly, all three movies we can recommend this weekend. So get out there and have fun. What
do you mean?
Director, she was toxic.
Oh, I saw the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we come in at? 4 plus.
5.5.
Oh, okay.